And you've got obviously a chance to get the yellow armour.
Yeah.
Which can be important. I mean, maybe you haven't got any armour when you pick the suit up. That does sometimes happen. You've defended off the attack, potentially, of the other team, and you've not left with much of a stack. You've taken suit, then this yellow armour could be the difference between you being able to go up against a quad or not.
And then another route we often see taken, say the quad's first, right? We've picked up the battlesuit, and we're going to take the safer route, so we're going this direction. Where you'd move from here is you can either attack through the water corridor, which is the red. You can drop underground. I'm not sure really why you take the underground route, but it might catch them out. Or you can go up towards this bounce pad. Even another option is to rocket jump up through the window. Just basically up in that corridor bit. You often see battlesuits doing that though, because it's a lot quicker and it surprises anybody that's trying to defend up that position. So that's a good option, because then what you're doing, you're putting yourself in the position in that upper corridor above the red. The quad is disadvantaged in that area against the battlesuit, you would hope, if you've got a rocket launcher, say, and you hit good rockets. Although it's not clear cut, because it is, as we said earlier, quite a wide kind of corridor, but this first tiny bit is just perfect battlesuit territory. If you're moving out a little bit further, then there's a bit more of an advantage to the lightning gun. But
yeah, typically the quad wouldn't come looking for you in this area, so you can move through here, and you'd have to really think carefully about dropping into this room if you don't know where quad is, because they could be waiting below. That would give them a hell of a good start to a fight against you. This area as well, I wouldn't say is great taking on the quad. This area as well is a bit risky, but you know, if you've got the stack, you should always back yourself to win a fight against quad, I think.
Yeah, I think battlesuit gives a massive advantage, and for something
you do have to have really good aim with lightning gun to kill a battlesuit if you have quad, because the behaviour of the gun is different when you're using quad and you're firing against battlesuit. You know, the knockback throws a lot of players off. Like, they'll be fighting them with a lightning gun and they'll think they've got a good lock, but all of a sudden their shot is pushing the battlesuit away more than it would normally. So you know, you can come a bit unstuck when you're trying to hit quad LG on a suit.
Yeah, on top of that as well, something I want to say about the battlesuit is the battlesuit doesn't need to use rockets. It seems like this inbuilt thing where people will get battlesuit and then think, I have to use rockets. Well, you don't. If you've got battlesuit and you've got LG and you come up against a quad with LG, you might actually win that fight, because the quad is no stronger than a normal player. They just have a more powerful weapon. So if you can go LG on LG and you've got good aim, you probably survive longer than the quad, as long as you dodge as well. So it's worth thinking about. When you've got a battlesuit, you don't have to use rockets. You can get some good LG fights going against the quad, and well, it's always going to be difficult, but it's worth an option anyway. So the other points you have to look out for when you have the battlesuit: if the quad's first, for example, a big spot the quad is probably going to come through is this teleporter. So watch out for that area. Now this applies to also people who don't have the battlesuit. If they've picked up the quad, we talked about this before, the obvious route for them to take, if the mega's up, is to go down to mega, and then they'll probably run underground and through the teleporter, because it's kind of just the done thing, like the general route you would take. It feels like an automatic, it feels like the natural pathway to come through the teleporter. It also puts them in a position to try and challenge the battlesuit. So that's sort of what would be on their mind, I guess.
Yeah, and one, I guess, last thing to go over with the suit is you have to kind of protect your teammates from the quad, and that's the same on all maps that feature both power-ups. You know, if you've got the suit, it's not just your job to try and kill the quad, but you need to try and shield your teammates from the quad as well, because quite often a quad will not always look to go head-to-head with the suit, and rather just look to pick up his teammates. And you know, you might pick up a 2 or 3, 4 frag run with the suit, you know, depending on your luck. But if you're not protecting your teammates, then you know, you might lose as many kills to the quad. So you either need to go hunting for the quad, or you need to think about shielding your teammates at the same time. So you might want to suggest that they stick with you if you feel like you're going up against a quad that isn't looking to fight you. Just just look to protect your teammates if you can't necessarily find the quad and kill him.
And I mean, that is something we'd advise doing with quad. Often players don't really think about that. They think, oh, I've got quad. Are you lagging?
Yeah, apparently.
I've got quad. Oh, I must kill the battlesuit. But I'd actually advise, if you've got quad, you're trying to pick up kills, right? So you don't have to take on the battlesuit, especially on a map like this, where the battlesuit's not necessarily going to be advantaged in any one area overview. That you can just look for other kills and then deal with the battlesuit when you come into contact with him. So that's an option. Yeah. Right. So yeah, this ambush point is a great spot. Okay, that's so weird, isn't it?
Am I lagging at all?
Yeah, you were just then. So
One sec.
yeah, as we're just discussing there. So this teleporter exit is a great ambush point for taking out the quad. And you can often get a call on it as well. A teammate can spot him going down for Mega, and then the most likely place he's going to exit is this teleporter. There's obviously other routes he can take because this map is so open. There's so many routes through different areas, but still, that teleporter is so commonly used by the quad once he's got the Mega running through that you can get a great ambush on him. Just stand behind, get rockets. It doesn't matter if he's even prepared for it. You're still going to get him first as soon as he dives through that teleporter from behind with the rocket launcher. Okay, so we'll just take a break here, and hopefully that won't mess up the VODs too much while Vor sorts out his connection.